What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Sawdust and Sparks. So I'm going to take a little bit of a break from our gate building project. Got another project that I want to get finished. So instead of making some sparks, make some sawdust. My mother-in-law approached me and said that the only thing she wants for her birthday is for me to make her a charcuterie board, I think that's how you say it, out of some wood that her and my father-in-law had sitting in their garage for about 20 years, apparently. So she gave me these two pieces of wood. Apparently they're maple, and apparently they're supposed to be pretty beautiful once you get them cut apart. So that's what we're gonna do. You can see that should be some burl in that piece there. The bad news is I do not have a bandsaw or any way really of ripping that precisely. You see these are obviously way too thick to make a charcuterie board out of. So I'm hoping to not ruin these things, but I'm gonna go at them with a my trusty battery operated DeWalt chainsaw. Now I do have a bigger one of these, I just don't have it here. As you can see, man, it's gonna be tough. Woo! So I'm gonna have to go at it from both sides. See how it works. So the whole thing's about 3 inches wide, so I'm just gonna try to split it down the center. I'm hoping to get 2 boards, charcuterie boards, out of this slab here. So I'm gonna go to 1.5 inches. That should give me lines to try to align my chainsaw. Let's see what happens. That's actually working pretty good. Should be noted too, although I got a flex volt battery in here, this is only the 20 volt DeWalt chainsaw, not the 60 or the 40. So far so good. That one got a little off. It'll be okay. Work around it. Look at that. Now I know this isn't maple. I don't know what it is. I think it's about time to stick some of these through the planer. Okay, I got it planed down so that one side is now nice and flat. So now I can turn it over and I can start to work on the chainsawed side, and that'll bring me down to my final thickness. So let's get to it. Oh man, guys, look at this. Got it all down. Look at the burl in that thing. I wasn't expecting it as much on this board, but sure enough, man, that's gonna be beautiful. I can't wait to get some stain on this. It's gonna be awesome. If anybody knows what type of wood this is, I'm not a huge wood expert. I like working with it, but I don't know the species. Drop it in the comments below. I'd love to figure out what the heck this stuff is, but it's beautiful, whatever it is. All right, so let's continue on. I want to get rid of this bark, so I think the best thing to use for that is going to be my draw knife. Maybe. I know that's not how you use it. I know this is not how you use it either. Big knot right there. I don't really want to shave it off, so let's try some.
Catch that. Could you try again?
Even she knows I'm doing it wrong. Let me try something a little different. Some of you might not like me for this, but I'm going to try to take this wire wheel and just get this bark off. I'm trying not to leave. There's some little knotting and stuff in here. I really like the looks of that, so I'm just going to very gently try to go over the top and just try to get this loose bark off of it. All you YouTube haters, I know you're gonna leave nasty comments below, but that worked awesome. Let me show you what we did. So you can see here, we preserved this nice knot in here, and look at all the little tiny, all those called burls? I don't know, let's see if I can get in there, and yeah, these little bumpy things. I just really like the looks of that. So after I get it sanded nice and smooth and get some of those wire brush marks out of there, this is going to be awesome. Man, I sure made a lot of sawdust on this project, let me tell you. I only took one video of me cleaning up, but I must have vacuumed my floor 4 or 5 times throughout the process of this. I do have a dust collector attachment that I can hook up to my shop vac on my planer. You might see that a little bit later in this video. I highly recommend it because, man, that sawdust just gets everywhere. I'm sure a lot of you are asking if I'm sponsored by DeWalt. The answer is no. Not yet. Just kidding. Actually, I won't say that any other brand is not as good as DeWalt. I just got stuck on their 20-volt platform years ago. It just kept expanding. Since I had all the batteries, I just kept the platform. I'm just super impressed with them. And I'm not going to say I'm addicted to them, but a new tool comes out, I just got to have it. This is my newest one. Never used it. You're going to see it on camera. So if I mess it up, I'm sure there's a learning curve like every other tool. However, this is a wood planer. I'm super stoked about it. It seems like it's got pretty good adjustability. I want to use it to straighten up this edge over here and to finish up that dirty looking edge from sitting in a garage for 20 years. Let's get to it. Wasn't sure how it's going to work on that cross grain, but man, that's like butter smooth. Way to go, DeWalt, again. I don't know if you can see on camera how well that straightens out and smooths those edges, even on this cross grain. Can you see that? Beautiful. No wonder why it's sawdust and sparks. Well, here's half the reason. So as you can see, I noticed something. I put it on a flat surface and I got a little bit of a rock to it. I really don't want that. It's gonna be sitting on tables and on countertops, and that just annoys me. Now, I know why I did it. The planer is good for making the thickness consistent, but it's not good enough to make it perfectly flat. You need a joiner to do that. I don't have one, so I'm going to use that hand plane to try to take off a little bit on this corner, just to try to get that rock out of it. So let's hope I don't mess it up too bad. I'm just gonna go a little bit at a time and see if I can sneak up on it. It's a lot better, getting closer just a little bit more. I think that did it. There's still like, oh God, it's incremental, but I think we'll be just fine. Just got to sand off a little bit. You can see there's some marks now left from that hand planer, a little bit there. I just don't want to keep gouging it and keep messing it up. So a little hand sanding and that'll be right back to where it needs to go. So let's take just a second to talk about finishing. So for something that's going to have food placed directly on it, a salad bowl, a butcher block, a charcuterie board, you want something that's food safe, that's not going to go rancid. You want something that's non-toxic. So what I chose is this Howard's Butcher Block Conditioner. It's not only got mineral oil, which you could just finish this with mineral oil, that would be fine. But this one here has different waxes. I think it's carnauba and something else, beeswax maybe, in it that will give it a nice shine, a lot of protection. You won't have to reapply the mineral oil or whatever else you're putting on every single time that you use it and wash it. So this should put a nice hardy surface on it that you only have to reapply, maybe once every 4 or 5 uses or so. So you can also use this on brand new boards, or you can use it to continue to put coats on existing boards. So that's what I went with. Can't wait to see what this looks like with a finish on it. Oh man, look how that just comes right out. Woo! Woo, baby. Yes. So it does say with a new board, you're probably gonna have to put 3 or 4 coats on it, so just be aware. Man. And give it a little bit for that one to dry. Oh man, that is soft. Woo. Give that a little bit to dry and I'll put on a second coat. So that other board turned out so good, I decided to go ahead and make another one. Nice big one. Lots of times these charcuterie boards that you buy in stores are small. They don't hold a lot, so if you have a big gathering, they're going to be pretty difficult. So she did give me these 2 pieces of wood. So I'm going to go ahead and make another one out of this one. I'll probably put some nice handles of some sort on it. You'll see that. So I'm not going to bore you with all the details. It's going to be the same process pretty much up until the end. I'll show you that. But I'm just going to go ahead and zip right through all the steps and then get right to it. Now, of course, I know a chainsaw is not the ideal way of splitting a slab like this. If you had a large floor bandsaw, you could have sawn it like that, but you got to work with what you got. So here I am planing this thing. Man, the grooves from the chainsaw are pretty deep, so it took quite a bit of planing, made a lot of sawdust, but it did a really good job. And this piece was much harder than that other piece, so it was pretty rough going with the planer. I had to just take about a 1/16 off at a time. Same process as the boards you saw earlier. I didn't mention earlier, but I used a 1/4 inch roundover bit to round over just the top edge of the boards to give them a little softer edge. Left the bottom square. and turned out really good. Okay, and just like that, got those two all sanded, slabbed, all that fun stuff. I also finished up the other one of these. I'm wondering if this is mahogany. Does mahogany burl wood like that? Boy, I don't know. Anyway, like I said, comment down below. This finish was super simple to apply. You'll notice me flipping it over back and forth. It's because it's not like a polyurethane that's gonna dry and cement itself to the counter. You just wipe it on and it penetrates into the wood, and then when you're finished, you can just buff it right out with a clean cloth. Well guys, finished up all 4 charcuterie boards. These are the big maple ones. I was hoping to, in this video, blacksmith a couple handles for either side, but this video is getting pretty long, so I'm going to have to do that on another project. However, you should see that coming up, so keep an eye open. Turn on your post notifications and subscribe. Lots of good stuff coming your way. Anyway, let's see how these things work. And just like that, it's all ready for you and your family to enjoy. Anyway, I enjoyed this project. I hope you build it too. We'll see you next time on Sawdust and Sparks.